Do you ever feel like your life is just plain boring, even though you're into self-development and it seems that there is so much information to learn, but you're just stuck into the loop of productivity and constant run? In today's video, I will share some practical tips that will make your self-development journey more interesting and fun. Hi everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Monvie. So what do I mean when I say that self-development makes your life boring? You do every day the same. Even though self-development is about routine, and if you will not be consistent, you will not be able to get any results. But it doesn't mean that it's prohibiting to add something new into your daily life. That little thing will not damage your all-productive day, but at least it will refresh you a bit. You'll get new thoughts, new ideas, and overall, with this, your life will become more interesting. Also, you say no to lots of things. Again, you have to be productive, and that's the reason why you miss so many interesting things and possibilities. Just because you're too busy with your self-development, every offer you need to agree with your plan for the day, because otherwise, you will not do that if it comes against your plan, as you are too productive. Moreover, you don't have any time for hobbies. Self-development becomes almost your job. You don't allow yourself to take some rest, to spend some time on your hobbies. You're trying to find productivity in everything. When you read books, you can't allow yourself to read fiction books that have to be only non-fiction books. The same situation with series. You don't allow yourself to watch a series perhaps in your native language just because you like it. No, you watch only those series in languages that you learn in original without subtitles. You're constantly sitting at home. It's hard truth. During self-development, you will need to spend a lot of time on your own, and usually it's at home because you don't want anything to distract you. However, sitting constantly at home is very tedious. If you don't go outside at least once per day, just to, to see this world, what's happening outside. So now let's finally get to the tips and solve this problem. Take a day off from self-development. Try to forget about self-development at least one day per week. I'm talking about that like it's a job. Really, you can become so addicted to self-development that you will not see anything interesting outside of it. And that's why you need a balance. It can be, for example, on weekends. Spend this time on your hobbies, with your family, your friends. In other words, take a real rest. Now you may have a question. What to do if my hobbies are a part of my self-development journey? How do I get rid of them on weekends? For instance, sports, reading, learning languages, etc. Okay, I have the same situation, but it can be solved easily. In self-development, you learn something deliberately. In language, you learn new grammar, new words, you get new knowledge from books. So if you want to convert it in just a nice time spending on your weekends, you don't have to learn anything. You can read a fiction book. You will just enjoy it. You will not learn anything. Or watch a French series without improving your vocab. And if your hobbies aren't connected with your self-improvement journey, it's even better because you can dive into them fully. That's why I advise you to try new things that are not connected with self-improvement. It will be easier for you to forget about everything and just focus on this, enjoy this moment. Start something new. Usually it's the most effective way to forget about your boredom. Write a list of things that you'd like to try and just try them. Moreover, these things don't necessarily have to be connected with self-development. It can be anything that you want. For example, a new kind of sports, taking pictures, cooking, reading a new book, etc. I also have a list like this. I refresh it every single month, and then I try to find an opportunity how I can try that. Although it's not always that possible, as all this thing with productivity, you are so desperate on that you can't allow yourself to spend time on something else and not productive. However, it's not that cool and healthy. That's why you need sometimes to break your routine and add something new. It's important to add these things to your daily plan, to set a specific time block, because otherwise they will have the lowest prioritization and you will never actually try them, as you always have a new language to learn, workouts to do, to take a new course, and overall you are too busy for all of this. As soon as you choose a thing that you want to try, search all the necessary information about it, how you can do that, where, when, etc. If you will find all this information at the beginning, you will have more chances to try this thing. For example, you want to attend dance classes, so for sure you need to search for dance studios in your city. Try to do that at the beginning, like don't wait for that moment. For example, tomorrow I will do that, or now I'm not ready, maybe in a month. No, not in a month. You want to go there now. So find all the necessary information for you right now. Communicate with people. I know that most of the people during this self-development era become really isolated. They are so focused on their goals and they think that they don't need anyone. And I was the same, to be frank. But recently I've noticed that I really started to spend more time with people, and I'm not talking about the whole day. Of course now, 2-3 hours of pure communication per day, for me it's enough. Because before, I could sit at home and not communicate with anyone for weeks. And that was incredible for me. Everyone handles this lonely process differently. For me, at the beginning that was difficult, and then I became okay with that. For you, it can be for sure different. So this type of life, when you just work on your goals and you don't actually communicate with others, it's not very cool. And furthermore, it doesn't even benefit your self-development journey. It's not necessarily to find only that person who is interested in the self-development. It can be just a random person with whom you feel good and you both have plenty of topics to discuss, because it's really difficult to find someone who is into self-development nowadays. I'm not talking about internet, I'm talking about real life. It's really tough. If now you just start your self-development journey, you might not have such a problem and you feel okay, but in a month you will notice that a lack of communication influences your happiness level and even your productivity. Also, I decided to go and try something new where at the same time I can meet new people. For instance, I found English and French speaking clubs in my city, so I went there. Even if you don't have friends, because to be honest, I also don't have that many friends and I'm not so desperate on the quantity of friends, because for me it's better to have 2-3 friends, but real friends, than 20 people about which you don't even know when is their happy birthday. Enroll in courses that match your interests. If you enjoy dancing, why not to take dance classes, painting, singing, what else, cooking? Like there are so many things that you can try. Find those activities when you can have connections with other people. You can talk to them face to face, because online it's cool but it's not enough. And overall, I advise you to go outside more often, even alone. I do that daily. Just by going outside, I refresh my mind and I see that actually there are other people in this world and I'm not alone, because when you're constantly sitting at home, you really think that you're the only one person in this world, because you don't see anyone you do some things just because you want to do them. As a productive person, I know that I always try to find something productive in everything, be productive 24/7, but it's impossible and moreover it's quite toxic. So find those things that you will do just because you like them. There is no other reason for that. Wanna watch a series just for fun? Do that. Wanna read a fiction book? Read it. Because I'm not talking about about the whole day of spending like this, just several hours. It will be an extra rest for you. Specifically for me, it's a bit complicated because I don't allow myself to watch series just for fun and in my native language. But lately, I've been trying to watch one series and just to do that, like to enjoy watching this series without trying to notice new phrases, new words, etc. With books, the same story, because I'm used to read only non-fiction books, and even with them, sometimes I'm really bored. As it's not a rest, I continue to get knowledge, to learn something new. So now I take several books in a library in English and in French, and they have nothing to do with non-fiction. And to be frank, it became even more interesting now to read non-fiction books. I just look at them with clear view. So this is what I wanted to say. Do that unproductive stuff. If you want to do that, or if you just like it, spend at least 1 hour per day on it. Don't fill all your day with plans. You don't have to fill all your day with plans to call yourself a productive person. Because at the end, what's the reason of being productive? To complete all your tasks effectively and get results, or just to show up with an amount of plans you have daily? That's why it's better to set less tasks and focus fully on them. Usually I set 3-4 difficult tasks for the day, and the rest of my tasks, they are just simple tasks, which are also important, but I don't need to put that much effort to complete them. If you're like me, you can sit and do nothing. How you can waste your time like that? The best unproductive thing that I can do, and moreover it will be beneficial for me, is just going for a walk. 40 minutes, it's up to you. You can listen to music in your earphones, or you can just walk in silence, but don't try to listen to podcasts, because you're trying to convert this, even walking outside, into something productive. Add an hour of rest each day. It can be an hour or more, but don't neglect that. Your self-development results will be even better when you will take rest consistently. Improve what you already do. By improving here, I mean to change the way how you learn something or do a certain thing. For example, you learn a language and you're just bored by constant taking courses, learning so much information, and at the end of the day, forgetting everything. So you can change it. You can, for example, watch a series and expand your vocab thanks to that. To read an interesting book in a target language, to listen to a podcast, or to talk to people. Self-improvement is not boring. You can always find ways how to refresh your journey and make it even more interesting. Maybe you don't like waking up early. Change your morning routine and you will start really enjoying that. Remember, you don't have to follow only one way to get results. By following several of them, you will benefit even more. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!